Sports Radio 1410, KGSO.
We'll begin with a conversation with Monique Terry. She'll be in studio. Monique Terry. We'll chat with her. She is a bodybuilding, body sculpting. She's a specimen, I'll tell you that. She, if I could be in half the shape she was in, we'd have a chance. Sports Radio 1410 KGSO. We are pleased to be joined in studio by Monique Terry. Monique is a local gal, graduated from Andover, also went to Wichita State University, and she is in pursuit of a dream of becoming a professional bodybuilder, body sculptor. Monique, welcome. Thanks for coming in today.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Talk about this a little bit. What was it that got you dreaming about this kind of career, this kind of a pursuit?
Well, after being a Wichita State pole vaulter, I pole vaulted for 4 years, being extremely active, and then suddenly it all just comes to a halt and it stops when you graduate.
Yeah. And
there was definitely a void that needed to be filled. I'm currently a personal trainer at Genesis, and I'm, obviously around the gym environment quite a bit. Always been really driven, want to do something physical, athletic, and it all seemed to kind of fall into place for me. Just wanted to have a goal and something that I could work toward, because that's something I've always had, and suddenly, when that was left behind in college, it's something, I guess, a void that I needed to fill.
When you kind of hear about that, don't you? Because when the Olympics end every year, you'll hear about a couple of athletes who, Michael Phelps, who's poured himself into being a gold medalist in many different swimming events, and then the Olympics are over, and you want to take some time off, but you don't know what to do with yourself because you've been fully invested in that pursuit. And as a Division I college athlete, you're fully invested all the time in being the best pole vaulter you can be. So kind of makes sense that when that ended, you're saying, little time off doesn't hurt, but I can't sit around forever. I'm kind of built to do this. So the bodybuilding thing in particular, though, working at Genesis, I'm sure that has probably helped you by giving you access and giving you the ability to have some time to do that. But you're not satisfied with just doing some bodybuilding for the sake of looking good and for the sake of being healthy. You want to do this professionally. Talk about that transition and what's coming up for you.
Yeah, and this is definitely something that I want to, reach a professional level. This spring, I've hit the competition world pretty hard. Mm-hmm. I've done 3 competitions. I am currently a women's figure and fitness competitor. Women's figure, it's, they look at your body, you go up and you're in a bikini and you do poses. And then fitness, you do the same thing, but you actually have a routine that you perform as well. Mm. It's very gymnasticsy. It's got like 1-arm push-ups. It's supposed to show strength, flexibility, skills. But, going into this spring, I've done 3 competitions. I've won all of them in both women's figure and fitness overall for the competitions. So I'm qualified to go to Nationals. Nationals is actually this weekend in Chicago. Very excited about it. But if I do well at Nationals, then I go pro. So I have to place first in my class for Nationals.
So what does that mean, going pro? How will that change your life from what you're doing now? You'll tour more, you'll travel more, you'll be in more events. What does going pro in this mean to you? What will happen?
Well, once I go pro, hopefully we'll see how this weekend goes.
Sure.
But I mean, at that point, your level of competition definitely is a step up. You're competing against other pros. You've got opportunities for sponsorship with, a lot of big companies. Mm-hmm. Get to travel more, which I think is going to be awesome. Something that I definitely would like to do. But I guess just being at a different level that I am now and being a part of something that not everybody gets to do or has the opportunity to do.
You mentioned being a pole vaulter. Did you see down at Riverfest, there was a guy, Jack Witt, I think is his name, who pole vaulted over 18 feet. I know nothing about that kind of that stuff. I mean, I'll watch it in the Olympics. I will marvel at people who can do what I can't do. But 18 feet, is that a pretty impressive jump?
That's a pretty impressive jump.
Is it really?
It's funny because I'm a female, so I didn't actually vault against him, but we were at a lot of meets together, and so I know of him quite well, and I've seen him vault several times, and he's quite a specimen. He's definitely a stud.
Now, you're wanting to be a professional in bodybuilding, body sculpting, but you also want to make this more than just about yourself. You want to encourage, you want to inspire others to do this. What is it about the regimen that you're involved in? What is it about the physical fitness aspect of what you do that you would like to perhaps instill in or encourage others, whether it's men or women, to get involved in to make part of their lives?
For me, when it comes to my fitness, it's something I'm very proud of, very passionate about. Just knowing all the hard work that goes into it automatically just, I think, betters you as a person, just having that discipline. And that's something that I would like to pass on to other women in particular. I know, sometimes women are intimidated by the gym or feel like maybe that's more of a man's territory. I say otherwise. It's definitely something that has helped, a lot of my clients. They feel more confident, not just in the gym, but in life in general. I feel like this, industry or this sport has definitely made me a more confident person, feeling like an empowered woman, I guess, I would say. But yeah, I would definitely encourage anybody that, wants to improve their fitness. Maybe not take it to the level that I am, but just improve their fitness. Don't be intimidated. And I feel like self-worth is a lot, and it will help that.
What do you say to those folks who say, you know what, I get it, I need to be in better shape, but the gym is not my scene. I'm worried about people looking at me. I don't look good enough to go to the gym yet. That's an argument a lot of people make. It seems counterintuitive, but there are people who feel that way. Are there things in your repertoire, or are there things that you do daily that people can do maybe at home or maybe in their neighborhood instead of having to go to a gym until they feel like they build that confidence up to get there, perhaps?
Absolutely. There's things that you can do at home. I think one thing that I would like to point out is that, at the gym, there are people that are there and they're concerned about, what other people will think of them, or, if people are looking at them thinking, oh my gosh, they're not even doing the right things. Believe it or not, the people at the gym are not really focused on other people there. And, I don't think it's a good thing to compare yourself to people all the time, especially when it comes to fitness, because everybody has to start somewhere. That person right next to you that might be, on the treadmill running faster than you, I guarantee we're probably right where you are today. So don't think that it's not an option. You're not fit enough to go to the gym. But, if there is a level of discomfort and you want to start off doing some home stuff, you absolutely can. YouTube is a beautiful thing. You can YouTube just about any kind of workout, and it will give you something that you can certainly do at home and help yourself.
Now, you kind of have, it's not necessarily a workout video, but you have a video out there of you doing some workout stuff and talking about the journey that you're on. If folks want to find that, it's on YouTube, right?
Yes.
What's the best way to find it? Just search your name?
Uh-huh.
So that's Monique Terry,
yes.
And that'll pop up, and that might be a source of inspiration for folks.
Yeah, I think it's Monique Terry. I think it's labeled as Real Live Wonder Woman, I think.
I think you're right. I think you're right. Now, is that a nickname you gave yourself? Is that a nickname somebody gave you? Is that just something to put on the video to get a few more looks?
No, I did not give that to myself. There have definitely been people that have called me Wonder Woman. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I wouldn't ever give it to myself. That's kind of a big name to live up to. Yeah. But, hey, if you want to think I'm Wonder Woman, go ahead. I'm fine with that.
There you go. Full confidence. Monique Terry is our guest. She's hanging out with us right now. She will be in Chicago this weekend competing in an event that perhaps could send her to become a pro bodybuilder, a pro fitness person. I don't know what the title is. Well, what is it that you're shooting for? If you go pro, you'll be going pro in what?
I would be a fitness pro.
Okay, a fitness pro.
Yeah, it's something that it's not, trying to get as big as you can possibly get. I do bodybuilding, but I am not a women's bodybuilder.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Sure.
What I do, it's very athletic because I do a actual performance. I do it to a routine. It's choreographed. Mm-hmm. It is, pretty gymnasticsy. So, I need to be limber. I need to be an athlete. I need to be able to move. But yeah, it's something that I'm definitely passionate about, and I'm I'm hoping that I can take it to the next level.
If things don't work out this weekend, is it something where you pick it back up and you go to another one, and you continue to pursue that? What happens if this weekend doesn't? If you don't end up winning this weekend, I'm not trying to slow your roll or anything like that, but I'm just saying anything can happen. If it turns out that things don't go the way you want them to this weekend, what's next for you? Do you just get back on the horse and keep going?
Absolutely. I will take some time off just because I have been in show prep for so long.
Gotcha.
Doing several different shows before this one. But it's not something that I'm a pretty stubborn person when it comes to my goals and aspirations. So if things don't go the way that I would hope or wish, then I mean I'm pretty stubborn. So I'll be back for sure. But the level of competition is going to be tough. So I'm not necessarily going in thinking like, oh, I got this in the bag. I think it's crazy for anybody to do that. Because you just never know who's going to be there. You never know who's going to show up. And, it's okay for someone to be better than you.
Yeah, sure.
If someone's better than you, then hats off to that person.
I learned it every day, yeah.
Right. Right. You just got to come back and work your tail off and come back harder.
Monique Terry is our guest. Do you have time to hang out for a little while longer, or do you need to take off?
Oh, I can hang out.
She's going to hang out for a little while longer. And whatever happens this weekend, will you promise to come back maybe on Monday on the telephone and just tell us how the weekend went?
I can do so.
Fantastic. Absolutely. Monique Terry is our guest. We're going to take a time out, and we'll come back with her and with Cody Barnett as well of Bodyworks Physical Therapy. All of that coming up after this time out. You are listening to The Game Plan on Sports Radio 1410 KGSO.
You're locked into The Game Plan on Sports Radio 1410 KGSO.
Monique Terry in studio for just a couple more minutes. She's got stuff to do. But we're very grateful that she took some time to come out and spend on the game plan this morning. One more time, Monique, this weekend you're going to be in Chicago doing what?
I am competing in women's fitness.
And there are several different parts of that competition, but the goal is to win that thing and go pro. Correct. In becoming a professional or fitness professional, which is kind of a combination of, if I'm understanding it right, it's not just bodybuilding, it's a combination of mind, body, spirit kind of stuff, lots of different kinds of physical pieces of the experience. And also you're a personal trainer at Genesis, and so if there are folks who perhaps want to learn what you're doing, they can come out and find you and get firsthand training from you, right?
Absolutely. I think when it comes to lifting and just training, it's something that, there is some research that goes into it. Form is a big deal. It's something that you want to make sure that you've got a handle on. And, obviously, you do it to be healthy. You just want to make sure you're doing it right.
Well, we wish you the very, very best on this weekend up in Chicago. I hope it goes fantastically well for you. I hope you're victorious and that you're able to pursue and follow all those dreams that you have. And I just want to say thanks because I know that I have a daughter, and I know an awful lot of folks who deal with the question of how can I be what I want to be instead of being what I've turned out to be. Mm-hmm. And you're a testament to the fact that you don't have to be what you currently look like. There are ways to change. There are ways to improve. There are ways. And even, it doesn't matter what the ultimate goal is, whether it's to be a fitness professional or whether it's just to be somebody who stays healthy for a long time. There are ways to do that, and you're one of the folks who can help them do that, and you're also somebody who can inspire, because at 24 years old, you've got an awful lot of purpose and an awful lot of goals set in your life. A lot of 24-year-olds I know are still just hanging out at the bars and having fun and not really sure what life is all about. You've got a purpose and a plan. I appreciate that.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it a lot.
Thank you.
Monique Terry has been our guest. We're going to take another quick time out. When we come back, we'll do our Davis Moore Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Sports and Not Sports Moments of the Day, as well as talk to Roy Turner. All of that coming up after this break. This is The Game Plan, Sports Radio 1410 KGSO. Last week, you might remember, I believe it was on Tuesday, we were fortunate to have in studio Monique Terry. Monique is a fitness professional working towards building her body, not as a bodybuilder per se, but as someone who has a unique balance of disciplines with regard to making sure she is a physically fit, healthy young woman, and she competed in an event up in Chicago this weekend
And I asked her then if she'd be willing to call in and tell us how it all went, and she was gracious enough to do that. She joins us on the telephone now. Monique, how are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How's Chicago?
It's great. The weather here is a little rainy at the moment, but we've had some on and off.
There you go. The event was this weekend, correct? How did things go for you?
Yeah, the event was both Friday and Saturday. I competed both days. It was actually it was a pretty big show. I competed in fitness, and there were a lot more fitness girls this year than there ever have been before, so that's kind of cool. I ended up, there were different height classes, and I was in height class C. I ended up getting second in my height class, which is good for someone that's never done a national show before. So as far as me getting my pro card, I did not, but I am competing again in July in Vegas, and I'll be competing in women's figure.
Vegas, that's going to require a little bit of focus, right? I mean, you've got to go there and you've got to really be focused on doing the competition, because Vegas has the ability to distract with tables and with food and with shows and all the stuff that goes on.
Ever seen The Hangover?
Yeah. I will not be partaking in a lot of that fun stuff.
Better hope you don't run into Alan. It may not be up to you.
Yeah, right?
Well, finishing second in your height class is pretty good, and certainly you've been working hard at it, and now the opportunity to get back on the horse, so to speak, so quickly. Going to Vegas and competing again, how will that show be any different than the one you just competed in Chicago? And if so, how will you prepare differently for Vegas than you did for Chicago?
Well, the one in Vegas, I'll be doing women's figure. This one I did fitness, so I won't be performing a routine. So that it'll differ in itself. But, I mean, as far as diet and training and making sure, I'm dialed in, it's going to be pretty much the same.
Well, you were awfully sweet to call back in and talk to us for a few minutes. We were all wondering over the weekend how you did, and Mike and I talked about it because he wasn't in that day, and we talked about it a little bit, and we were really interested in how things went. So I'm glad things went well for you, not certainly how you expected them or how you hoped that they would go, but it's a step in the right direction. We wish you all the best in Vegas, and maybe between now and then we can get you back on again.
Yeah.
Hey, where can we follow along with you? You got Twitter handle, Facebook? Is there a website we can follow along with what you're doing in competitions?
I've got Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
And it's just Monique Terry.
Okay.
In both handles, Monique Terry at Instagram, Monique Terry on Facebook.
Facebook is Monique Terry, and Instagram is MO_Nique, NIQ, fitness.
Okay.
Awesome.
And you also have a video on YouTube that refers to you as Wonder Woman. What's that one exactly? So if folks want to look for it, they can find it?
I think it's called The Real Live Wonder Woman.
That's right, The Real Live Wonder Woman.
Cool.
You got some help with that, but that's a fantastic video. Folks can go out and check you out that way as well. We want to get the word out for you. We want to get Wichita behind you in your pursuits, and we wish you the very best. We'll talk to you again real soon.
Okay, thank you.
Good
I
luck in
appreciate
Vegas.
it.
Good luck.
Oh, thank you.
Monique Terry has been our guest. She's a sweetheart. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, when somebody throws the word at me, fitness, what does fitness mean to you? Fitness means to me fitness, whole pizza in my mouth. That's what I'm talking about, fitness.
Yeah.
Fitness,
That's
cheeseburger
not
and
what she
fries
means.
in my belly.
That is not what she means.
Oh, she's talking about physical fitness.
Physical fitness.
Wow.
She's got some guns. She is well, but she was a high jumper at Wichita State, so she's been an intercollegiate Division I athlete. She's just taking what she already did.
Would you arm wrestle her for $20?
If I didn't have to win, I would. I mean, if it was just a matter of
$20.
Yeah, I'll embarrass myself for $20, but I don't have a snowball's chance of beating her. She's tough. Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, let's support her. Another local athlete. Let's get behind her.
That's where I'm at. So that's why we're going to talk to her some more.
Go
and,
Wichita.
She's got a buddy down in Texas whose name is Chris. He and I have been talking about maybe getting her on once a month to talk about dietary benefits and health and those kind of things as well, because she's got to be living it if she's going to be doing it. So that makes a lot of sense.
And does she do this for a living, or does she have a day gig too, or do we know?
She works at one of the Genesis health clubs here in town. So
so she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing. Absolutely right. So we got to take a quick break. We'll come back and talk a little NBA. Last night, the Golden State Warriors got past the Cleveland Cavaliers.